might make you say wow. Let's enjoy some fun conversation. We'll be shooting the shelf around the nation. Let's start shooting the shelf.
Well, guten morning, everyone.
Choo choo.
It's time. It's time for shooting the shelf. Hope everybody's having a good week and all of that jazz. What's the thing? Hi, Curtis. How are you?
Oh, that's the thing. Hi, Jesse. I'm doing great.
Excellent.
Today was one of those fake it till you make it kind of days, you know. It wasn't really a great day, but you got to say it is, and then eventually it'll just become one. So,
did you make it?
I made it. Yeah, I made it.
Cool.
Plus the theme song hit. Once the theme song hits, everything's good. So
yes, yeah.
And we got some wonderful people with us, so that's always fun.
We do. Well, since you're going to be talking about some stuff after the shelf selections, let me call out the chat real quick. We got Chris Johnson, Thomas Belay, Tanya McCoy, Kevin McCoy. We got
both the McCoys.
Both the McCoys. Dirk's Design, Stacy Lynn, Carver Customs. So both the Lyns are here.
Both the Lyns, but actually 3 Lyns because, you know, Stacy Lynn. So.
Right. Wholesome Warlock, Jeff Evans, Mecha Rekka, Dave Bennett, Van Johnson, Joe Gonzalez, Brendan Higgins, Guy Segway,
Echevarria,
L. Smitty, which I believe is the first time name I'm seeing in the chat.
Okay.
Evil Stick. What's up, Sigs out there? Kent Poole, Darla Ackerman.
Can I stop for a second? I love some Kent Poole. I just gotta throw that out there. Like, Kent Poole is one of my favorite people in the world. Like, I just love me some Kent Poole. He's just one of those guys that I hear him or I see him and I just smile. So just want to throw that out there.
And he's saying, "Don't fake it, Curtis. You are here." So I guess
true.
saying being here, you made it. Patrick Boyle, Steve-O Begg, first super chat of the night, $1.99 from the Van Johnson. Missed the intro. Could you please play it again? No, sorry.
Maybe we could end the show with the intro again. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know.
We'll think about it.
Yeah. Well, hey, before we delay any longer, because we had a little technical difficulties before the show, why don't we bring in our guest tonight?
Sounds good.
Sitting there backstage. He was able to log on right as we ran the intro, so we didn't get to talk to him ahead of time. But we are excited. It looks like he's trying to steal your fashion sense here, Curtis. Everybody give a round of warm digital applause to the one and only Paul Zack. What's up, sir?
Oh,
what's up, Paul?
Okay, we doing that, huh?
A little bit for Curtis. Where's your hat, Curtis?
Hey, all right. Hey, man.
I put this on just for you.
Yeah,
whoa.
Let's do it.
I don't think I can take this much freedom on my screen right now.
Yes. Man, the freedom is intensifying around here.
I feel a little Missouri coming through my blood.
Yeah, a little Missouri.
How are you guys?
Yeah.
Man, look at that setup you got behind you there.
I didn't know we were going to be doing this tonight. This is cool. I like this.
And you had that ready to go on the flight. Do you have like a whole wardrobe station like right there?
I've got my hats over here. So there's the Code Labby hat, and I got this one, and I got a couple other. I got my so
nice.
Yeah, it's a little.
You guys, you don't want me to put my hat on.
What kind of hat you got?
Yeah, you got. Do you have one that makes you feel like freedom? Maybe you got a eagleless that you could just throw on top of your head.
I don't have an eagleless. Yeah, let's see. Let me. I'm still here. Let me grab a hat.
Okay. Well, while Jesse gets a hat, we're gonna go into shelf selections. For those of you joining us for the first time, shelf selections are where Jesse and I pick some photos that inspired us this week, threw them in a slideshow that we'll talk about. It's 4 pictures each. If I pick 5 pictures, Jesse beats me mercilessly. And it's not good. I mean, I don't even get to see the basement. There's no pizza rolls. It's just straight up whoopings.
Quit your whining. Can you still hear me? You can still hear me, right?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this.
All right, let's see. Let's see if we're ready. Well, apparently we're not. He's not there.
Nope. I don't know how to push the buttons.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's a little British freedom.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like we got to fight you now or something.
I don't know. I can't keep this on. It's too hot.
I thought he was going to come back with the winter one with the flaps over the ears.
I mean, I was going to get that one. That one's further away.
All right. Well, let's go into shelf selections here.
Which, in my apartment isn't that far, but, I just thought it'd be funny to grab the, not, yeah.
All right.
I'm Irish, so I shouldn't be wearing that. Come on.
Okay. You're not that Irish because you don't eat your potatoes raw. All right. This is the first one of the night. This is one of mine. This is from Sizzle_D_Vizzy. Sizzle. You guys can probably see better than me. It'll be bigger on your screen. But saw this picture. I thought this was really cool. You got the shield blurred in the front, and then that Red Hulk just looking menacing, with the nature background and whatnot. Yeah, I just thought this was a really awesome shot. Obviously, we've seen the trailer of the new movie coming up, and I just thought this was pretty cool way of showing this. So, yeah.
I mean, for as much as you kind of crapped all over that trailer, I'm surprised you picked this.
I didn't crap all over the trailer. I thought the trailer was good.
Kind of thought you did, but
no,
this is a really cool shot.
I just said as long as they don't ruin it like they did the last 15 minutes of Falcon and Winter Soldier, it'll be great. So
this is really cool. It almost looks like it's in Washington D.C. It looks like
that's kind of what I was thinking in the background. Yeah, I'm not sure though. It's blurry.
Yeah, but you got like the cherry blossom looking trees and everything. It just looks like something straight out of D.C. This is really cool. And that Marvel Select, those newer Marvel Select Hulks are fantastic. Really nicely done figures for that scale.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Paul, any thoughts on this one?
I think that it captures the whole idea of the trailer pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
You don't see that much of him, do you? You just see kind of his leg.
Yeah. Well, and then the promo pic, you see his hand over the shield, but I think I don't know what shield that is. I'm guessing that's the Marvel Legends shield, but it looks like it's, fairly small compared to him, but I know the Marvel Select are pretty big figures too, but and obviously Red Hulk's a pretty big guy. So, but yeah, cool shot. Next one is Jesse's.
So this is from longtime watcher and friend of the show, friend of a lot of the shows, friend of everyone, Stephanie Orkin at CR8Girl on Instagram. That's CR8GRRL. I believe this is one of her first full pop and swap she's done with little bits of the Tusk Engineer and the Embira Jimbira with the Kalian Shun head, and looks like a Mythic Legion helmet. But I thought that was a cool combination of parts, and just like a cool badass space chick. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, this came out fantastic. I think Embira Jambalaya is one of the most underrated figures in Cosmic Legions, and I love the parts being used here. Steph did a great job. Also, she joined us Friday night on OffWorld 2.0. Did a fantastic job showing off her Glyos. So if you missed that, check out OffWorld from this past week. Show kind of went off the rails the last hour, but it was quite fun. But yeah, this came out fantastic. Great job, Steph. You killed it. So, Paul, any thoughts on this one?
I don't have any female Cosmic figures, but that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I would buy this figure. Like if they repurpose that head, with that more greenish tint to it like that, be all over that. Purchasing the figure, don't twist it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. It's not like we don't want to clip that like the animal people. Is that what you're saying? Okay. We'll just move on. Next one is one of mine. This is at dynastic_plastic on Instagram. Just a couple dragons, walking along, having fun, talking cool shit. I don't know if they're looking for trouble. Kind of looks like they may be, but yeah, I just thought this was kind of cool. People talk about wanting the dragon. Well, there's two of them for you. One a little bit harder to get than the other, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought this was cool. Love the little blurred out flowers and stuff in the front, and these guys just kind of, I don't know, walking all cool like Reservoir Dogs or something. So
I'll tell you what immediately went through my head when you pulled this up. Was Draylion and Rakagor strolling through the forest. What a day.
Okay.
That's awesome. It is a really cool shot. I like seeing the two dragony type characters side by side. I've only had a Draylion in hand once, and that was to customize it for someone, which was nerve-wracking. But that's what they wanted. So yeah, this is really cool.
Awesome. Paul, any thoughts?
I want on a Rakagor, that's for sure. I don't have any bird people, but I don't know where that dragon head comes from, but that's pretty cool.
That was with that figure.
It was with the figure?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was the technically first dragon-ish character in the line. It's on the Gothotropolis body, but it's like shiny purple scales instead of feathers. It's supposed to be scales instead of feathers.
So that's a stock figure then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to get right now.
Yeah, it's just one you don't see. Like, not only would it be expensive to get, but you just don't even see it for sale like ever. So, is that the one that Joe is giving away on OffWorld when we get to 400 subscribers?
No, that's the Archaeopteryx.
Okay.
It's based off a type of dinosaur.
All right, gotcha. Next one is Jesse's.
So as a toy immersion, we've shown them off before. Not that they need our help getting followers, but I just really love this shot. I think that's the what is that? The Mezco. I don't know what that character's name is. The little green guy. Looks like he comes from the Gorillaz band.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I just thought that was really cool the way it's staged with the buildings there and the drool coming out of the T-Rex mouth and everything. I just thought this was a fun. It's different. Like, it's not what I would have expected to see in my feed. So it jumped out at me. I thought it was really cool.
I like the scenery on this one. I like the mailbox and the sides of the buildings and stuff, and the little awning and everything. Like, I like just the pipes and I don't know, it just looks really cool. And then you got that, the moon shot with kind of the clouds rolling through. Like, just the whole setup of this is really cool. The two, figures on the screen, with the dinosaur and this figure in the front, like, that's cool, but just all the extra around it really, to me, is just super neat.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, and I'm
Paul?
not sure. Oh, go ahead, Paul.
Oh,
Finish what you were going to say, Jesse.
Do what?
Finish what you were
I think that T-Rex, I think that's like the super colossal T-Rex that's more in like the 6-inch scale. So it's the giant T-Rex that they've done from the Jurassic World lines. They've done a couple other ones that scale, but so that thing's massive. I used to have one and I kind of wish I still did, and it looks like they're calling it Vapor is
okay.
the character, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is mine. This is a up and coming artist in the community. Bear_Blaze. No, this guy. I mean, you guys are probably getting sick of me talking about him at this point. But Bear Blaze is just killing it right now. Like, I've seen so many of these heads painted by different people. I mean, Eric Miller himself has done about 7,320, but I've never seen anybody do anything like this. Like, this is just wild, man. I saw him post this and I'm like, even though people are probably sick of me talking about him, I've got to put this up here. He just killed this thing. It is so good. And man, I'm beelining straight for his table at Legion's Con during setup before anybody else is there. Before I go to the customizing studio event, I'm going straight there because man, this stuff is just crazy good. So yeah, I love everything about this. The eyes, the makeup. I mean, it's just like perfect. Like this is just absolutely perfect. I can't imagine this being any better. So, yeah, I can't say anything more.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's a color scheme and like concept I would have never thought to put on it. It really accentuates the sculpt in like the jaw, like the cheekbones and everything there, and just like the whole you know, I don't know if that's I'm assuming it's supposed to be kind of like a Dia de los Muertos like inspired paint design on the face. But I just think it's really cool. I love like the lines across the lips, the way he did the nose and stuff. And those eyes are phenomenal. Like I have to like my brain knows this is a small 3D printed head, but my brain keeps reading it as a real person with like a prosthetic like set of snakes on their head. But it's just and just the blue snakes. Like of course, Eric Miller also he's done so many of these and they all look so amazing. This one's just so stark different that it just jumps off the screen. Yeah, it's amazing, and all the insides of the snakes' mouths are painted, and the teeth. And it, come on.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people try to do something different just to do something different, but when you can do something that's different and fucking nail it, and that's what he did here. Like it's not just different than other ones we've seen. It is perfection. So yeah, I mean, to me, I think this might be the coolest shelf selection I've had all year. So
It might be the coolest one you've ever had.
Yeah, that's true. Paul, anything on this one?
I follow Bear, and I did see that this week through the feed. And like Jesse said, I would never think to paint that with those combinations of the color and the makeup. And that makeup around the eyes, those circles above the eye, like where the eyebrows would be, that's hard to do. That most people can't do those kind of strokes on paint strokes for a custom head like that. So
yeah, and even those lines like under the eye, like the shape of that, like getting that thin of a line and have it be that perfect shape, and then make it the same on the other side. Dude, yeah, that would have stressed me out so bad. Yeah, great work. All right. Next one's one of Jesse's.
And I was leaning into the fun pictures this week. Not that the other ones weren't fun, but like more playful fun. So this is that Golden Archive owlbear chasing down one of the Fraggles. And this is our buddy Anthony from the Toy Forge. Again, not characters I would necessarily ever expect to see together out in the woods. It's just a lot of fun. Brings back a lot of memories of watching, Fraggle Rock as a kid somehow, because I think it was on HBO. So I have no idea how I watched this. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, I mean, I like hear the Fraggle Rock theme in my head as I'm watching this. Like, just they were always getting to some sort of mess and everything, and just like this. I don't know. You're right. This is a lot of fun. Just running and carrying that radish, and I don't know. And then the nature aspect of it, we like the all the nature shots. This came out really good. So yeah, Anthony just killed this. Good job, Anthony. Paul?
Well, it's a good thing Jesse told us what that is in the background, because I wouldn't be able to make that out. What it is. It's so blurry. Is that radish that he's holding, that he's carrying? Does that come with that figure, or is that something that
I don't know
somewhere else? Yeah, I don't know the Fraggle Rock figures.
Yeah, I think they just started coming out from Boss Fight or one of those companies. I'm not 100% sure. It maybe maybe Super 7. No, I don't think it's Super 7. Anyway, but yeah, it's. I think the only reason I picked up the Owl Bear right away is just because I know Anthony had just gotten one, and they've been all over Ollie's lately. Which, folks, if you have an Ollie's nearby and you can go get one of those, I mean, for $10, that is a massive hunk of plastic for $10, and they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's they have two of them. It's this one and the white one, or are there more than two?
There's three. There's a amber golden colored one that I believe was a GameStop exclusive.
Gotcha.
It's slightly different head.
All right. This is my last one for the day. And this is actually an Instagram account that we featured last week. But I saw this one and I'm like, I gotta put him up here again. This is EDR_images on Instagram. I love me some Mafex. I love when people do some awesome poses with figures, and I love when people make things look like they're straight out of a comic book. And this is all three of those. So yeah, it's just really cool. You know, you got that kryptonite ring on Batman there, and these two going at it. It's just a lot of fun. It looks like it's straight off the cover of a comic book, and I love it.
This is a great shot, and there's just a part of me that's like, man, what's Batman gonna do once like his momentum stops? Like, he's not flying. You know, it's just gonna take Soup's one good punch, and he's going down, man. But no, this is an awesome shot. I do love like kind of the pencil lines in the background on the buildings. At least that's what it looks like to me, or like ink lines to make it look like, you know, it kind of is a drawing over the background. Oh, ouch! Orphan fight. I don't. I've never heard that reference before. That's anyway. Yeah, no, this is great. Awesome page, and loving the Jim Lee Batman logo there in the background that they used for a while.
Well, need I remind you, last week when I put up his picture from EDR_images, it was the Spider-Man one, and you had something critical to say about the foot of the Spider-Man. Now you've got something critical to say about Batman losing his momentum and falling to his death. I'm just saying, EDR_images, if you want to know where Jesse lives, let me know.
It has nothing to do with his photography and shots. That's yeah, I mean, he's jumping off a building. I don't see one of his grappling gun or like cables or anything there, but like
Batman always finds a way.
You know,
he's Batman. So
yeah.
All right, Paul. Anything on this one?
You have these figures, right, Curtis? You have both of them.
I have the Superman, the Batman. I have the black and gray version, but it's basically the same figure. So
great photo.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome job.
I'm just saying, if that was Sam Wilson, he could just fly away.
And spoiler alert, they're both mothers. Their names are Martha.
That's true. That's true. Good call out there. Okay, and last one for the day is Jesse's.
So this one, like, literally, like, I gasped when I saw this one. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the black and white, image. I don't know if it's just washed out or if the figure has been like painted, more monochromatically. Yes, I do think Batman doesn't have a plan. But this is Jeffrey Osman on Instagram, Jeffrey Osman. And it's something about this shot, where he's got the soft good piece from Poxus around the neck, and it looks like it's mostly a Valiant Knight with some different accessories and that Waltor head. I don't know. This one just really, really captured my attention. I absolutely love this one. Yeah, like it actually gave me inspiration for a custom I want to do now. So
I love that he chose to do black and white for this photo. I think that, the pop and swap part of this and the different parts he used is great. I think in color, it would have looked okay. In black and white, I think this thing is amazing. This badass. Yeah, this is really cool. I like what he did here. It's It's awesome. And I got to make sure that I'm following that account. I don't know if I am, which is a reminder, folks. Anybody that you saw here tonight, any of the shots that we showed, check out those Instagrams. Give them a follow if you like the ones that we showed you tonight. That way you can make your Instagram feed that much cooler. Paul, any thoughts on this one?
It's a great shot. Black and white definitely works. And that rock behind him almost makes it more ghostly for some reason. Almost like a fog behind him, like a trail. It's a great shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I was following them on Instagram before, but I think I saw this in the Cabal and tracked them down on Instagram and then started following them right after I found this. So, but yeah, and for folks who don't know, on the Just Shelve It Instagram page, I will usually on Monday afternoons, evenings, maybe even the morning, depends on how early I wake up. I do the recap of the show, and I have all the pages or the pictures posted there, and I have links if they allow links. Some of the ones we pick don't allow us to tag them in pictures. So if you ever don't see their link tag there, it's just because their account doesn't let me.
Okay, I'm already following him. Cool. I was having a hard time with the spelling on there because there's not an R after the F's. It's a FFERY. But anyway, I'm already following him, so we're good. We are good. That is it for shelf selections. We do have something else I need to go ahead and pull up real quick. So let me share my screen. Let's see. So over in the Wolf Den, there is a big claim sale going on right now where you'll see, if you're in the Wolf Den Facebook group, you'll see this post with Jesse and Len looking all cool and Back to the Future like. If you're not in the Wolf Den, go over there, join if you like cool stuff or you like what I'm about to show you, and we'll definitely let you in. But in here, there's a claim sale going on, and there's quite a few cool things. So you'll see things like this where you've got like a figure and some parts. Some of the parts are painted. Some of the parts are unpainted. This is $50 for that whole thing. You got this one here. You got a painted goblet head, $20. Basically on this, it's kind of normal claim sale rules in Facebook. So if you're the first person to reply on this and say claim, then you got it. But there's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of painted parts, a lot of combo things in here. So check it out. If you see something you like, go ahead and put in a claim. I did talk to Len right before the episode, and he also said that if you win multiple items, he will combine shipping on them. And also, if you place an order through Wolf King Customs this weekend, and you also won something on the claim, he'll go ahead and take the stuff that you want on the claim, put it with the order that you placed on Wolf King Customs at no additional shipping cost. So, little extra thing there for you. So, but yeah, a lot of cool little bundles in here and everything. So check this out, and get some cool stuff.
The bundles are absolute steals, like $120 for that color matched head, the ogre, and the weapon set. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So good stuff in at Joe Gonzalez. Got a swig out there.
And I know
$55, and you get extra parts too. So,
and make sure if you want it, you actually type claim. If you ask a question or show interest, that's not enough. You have to type claim if you want it. And Len said it would take a day or two for him to get through everything. So if you don't get a shipping notice by, the time you wake up tomorrow, it's okay. He'll get them out.
When you got a sealed Marley and some pirate parts, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So there was that one. And there was one more thing I wanted to pull up. I just saw this for the first time yesterday when I was on Saturday Day Live, which, by the way, great show. If you haven't checked that out, Hedgehog Action on YouTube. They do a show on Saturdays, not every Saturday, but most Saturdays. Really fun show. And while I was on there, they showed this, which is going to be available at San Diego Comic-Con coming up. And I think this might be the neatest thing I've seen in a long time. So it is a reaction figure, and it comes in the shape of a Wonka bar that you open up, and then you've got a chocolate Willy Wonka inside. there's also a variant of this that is a gold version of Willy Wonka. So super cool. I have no idea how much this is going to cost. I do see that there's scalpers on eBay already selling them for $135. I don't know what the regular price is, so I don't know how far that is off. But I just want to throw this out there because if there is somebody going to San Diego Comic-Con, you're able to pick up one of these for me, I would be eternally grateful and compensate you accordingly. But yeah, I just think this might be one of the neatest things I've ever seen. So that's it. Any thoughts on this one, guys? You guys want a chocolate bar? Chocolate Wonka? No. Paul?
I'm glad you're happy. This does absolutely as much for me as eating raw potatoes. So
wow, that's kind of harsh. Paul, are you in the same boat, or you think this is cool like me?
I've seen the painted one, and it doesn't really look like Gene Wilder. I know none of them really capture the look of some of those people, but I'm wondering if that bar behind them is just a molded tray that's brown. Or
that's what it looks like. Yeah.
And is the gold one gold, the tray?
I would imagine so. Yes. It doesn't show it, but I would imagine that it's gold. I do know that the gold one does come with a golden ticket as well. So, cool. Yeah, but I think there's 1,600 total. 200 of the 1,600 are gold. So you have like a 1 in 8 chance of getting a gold variant. So
you would be happy if you got the gold one.
I actually I think the chocolate one looks really cool. So I would be happy with either one. I just think this is a really neat idea. I would probably just leave it in this packaging. And this is, as much as I shit all over Super 7 every now and then, one thing that they're really good at is packaging. And I would just have this packaging of the bar and just put it like on a shelf or something. I just think that's cool. So Jesse, you look like you were going to crap on this. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say, I have no attachment to this movie. It just does nothing for me in that regard. So it's not just the figure. That said, it is a really cool design for what the story is and everything. It's just not anything I have any interest in. But if you I can totally see why someone who likes this movie or whatever would want it. Like, there's a part of me that's like, man, that looks like actual chocolate. I just want to bite into it and hope there's like caramel in the middle and it's not hollow like Easter candy.
All right. Well, you folks heard it here first. Jesse hates fun. So, yeah.
It's not what I said.
That's what I heard.
Is that the next T-shirt? Jesse hates fun.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
No.
I'm just saying that's what I heard.
That's George's thing.
All right. Well, let's get into the show. Paul, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's going on? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been painting like crazy this weekend. A week to update my Instagram, so I feel worthy this week.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm painting and taking photos. Plus, I was away this weekend. We were like up until around 3:00 this afternoon. I was sitting on the beach. So I just got back and got the camera all set up because I was having trouble getting it to connect for some reason. And then just as your intro played, I got in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That was good.
Yeah, we were sitting here talking because normally the guests will jump in. We'll talk to them a little bit about kind of how things are going to go, and we're going to say hello to the chat, and then we'll bring you on, and blah, blah, blah. And me and Jess are just sitting here talking, and then all of a sudden we looked up, we're like, oh, shit, it's time. We got to start the show.
So, didn't think I was going to make it, did you?
We're like, well, if he'll show up, if he shows. So
I started to panic because I was like, wait, I sent him the link to Uncle Bob's episode. Like, what? And then I realized that was in Instagram or something. Or it was a YouTube link. And I'm like, wait, oh no. I was like, oh no, I did email it to him. I do remember emailing him the link. Mm-hmm. So I got all worried for a second that I didn't actually send it to you. So I was like,
You got freaking Jesse out over there. So
it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much.
All right. So, you just mentioned painting. So, tell us a little bit about what got you started into, customizing, painting, all this kind of stuff.
I used to paint and customize stuff for a while, like going back to DC Universe stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I did like a Commissioner Gordon, and I used parts from other things, stuff like that. But
When you say DC unit, you're talking about like the classics that
yeah,
the Four
the
Horsemen
Mattel
worked on.
ones.
Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha. Okay, and what started that? Like they had figures that you didn't have that you wanted that you were like,
Right.
I'll just make this.
It was a cast of a Commissioner Gordon head. I mean, I've been customizing for years now, but just seriously got into it the last couple of years.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Wow. Big news. Super chat. Rob Zamora. I love this guy. This guy always, whether it's Mayfex, Super 7, whatever, this guy's got the news, man. And $4.99 super chat here. Very limited quantities of the reaction figure will be available to all fans on Monday, July 29th at Super 7. Nice. That includes me. I'm all fans. So, yes.
Did you say you're OnlyFans?
No. That's different thing. So did you have, before you started working on customizing and painting, different, heads and working on that kind of stuff, did you have an artistic background before that?
Yeah, I've always drawn and painted and airbrushed.
Yeah.
Going back to being a kid, like from kindergarten on. So it's just a natural thing, I guess, for me.
Gotcha.
When you were a kid, what was some of the stuff you liked drawing the most?
Usually superhero stuff. It was, even if it was stick
Superhero
figures, going back to the beginning, whether it was Superman,
Okay.
Batman, Spider-Man, all the classics.
Nice.
Would you have ever drawn Batman fighting Superman in midair without a support system?
Not.
Okay.
No.
I'm sorry, Curtis. Well, Curtis is taking his toys and going home.
So tell us a little bit about what you collect, like what kind of things that you're into. Obviously, you talked about DC a little bit. We know, kind of Legions, but yeah, I mean, tell us a little bit about your toy journey.
Going back to the beginning was Migos.
Okay.
The 7-inch ones, and then pocket figures.
Oh man, I love the Pocket Migos.
The bent legs and then the straight legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had all of those. I still have them all.
What was your favorites of the Pocket ones?
Probably Captain America.
Okay.
Superman. Always went back to Superman.
Gotcha. I like the little Batman one because it had the head and the cape, and it like popped off. Like it just made like this popping sound. If you ever had that figure, you guys know what I mean. But you would like pop it off, and then if you go and look it up on like eBay now, you look up like Batman Pocket Migos, like all of the bat ears are like bit off because like kids would just chew all over those things and stuff.
That and the accessories.
Did you choose your ears off?
I don't know if I did. I don't know. I probably rubbed it across my lips, but I don't know that I chewed on it. But if you look on eBay, you'll see a lot of chewed up bat heads on those Pocket Migos.
And they're all Batmans from friends of Curtis's that he destroyed.
Do you have any of those figures still or no?
I don't. I wish I did. We were talking a couple weeks ago because when Dorklayer was on, one of his shelf selections had this glass jar that just was filled up with a bunch of figures and stuff, and at the very top was the Pocket Hulk, the Incredible Hulk.
I remember that.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was cool. But no, I remember those figures really well. But when I was growing up, it was kind of like as I would start to move into a new toy line, my mom would have me sell my old ones to try to fund the new ones. So we would have a garage sale, and I would sell all my old toys and then take that money and put it into whatever new stuff I was into. So I really didn't keep anything from my childhood.
So you're bitter. You're angry about that. Right?
No, not really bitter, angry, but it has made me spend a lot of money chasing the stuff that I used to have as an adult. So, but sounds like you kept some stuff right through though.
Yeah, I have most of my collection from my childhood. Going back then next was Star Wars, obviously. That was the next thing in line. And then Masters. And then Thundercats and Silverhawks and Bionic 6. I have some of those.
Oh, yeah.
18.
Nice. Yeah.
18 guys with the van.
Nice.
Buck Rogers. I have them all my Buck Rogers. They were just replaced. All the O-rings were just replaced. One of my friends replaced them all. And
that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Dukes of Hazzard. Those were Migos, too. The car. That I still have. Battlestar Galactica, the 3 3/4 sized ones from the original series, the TV series.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then, so did you just keep collecting straight through, or was there a break where you kind of stopped collecting?
There
and
were
then started
gaps.
back up?
There were gaps. I mean, then it was the newer Star Wars line that came out later on, where they were all buffed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
And
the Power of the Force? Is that what it
yeah,
was?
yeah. They got better as the line went along, but
Yeah.
I have most of those figures too. Those are all in
Man,
package. I never opened them.
That
and most of
first
them
wave with they're just like buffed out like Luke Skywalker with like
And
just
Darth
looked like he
Vader.
was like gonna walk in, and like Leia looked like some sort of something from some sort of like German opera that was gonna like bend you in half like a wishbone.
Didn't they all like skip leg day too? Wasn't it like just the upper body was super buff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So what about Legions? Like, how did you get into this? Is this something that you had, you just saw, or a friend showed you, or you saw it at con, or what? How did that happen?
Well, then I went to Masters Classics,
Okay.
and then of course that's Super 7. The Four Horsemen sculpted all that stuff.
Right.
So I was a fan of that. And then their Kickstarter kicked in. I bought a couple of those figures from the very beginning. I had 4 of those figures. And Scarabus and the little Timekeeper guys. I still have those. I have a Scarabus that's signed by the Four Horsemen from ToyCon, New York Comic Con a couple of years ago when they were there.
Oh, that's cool.
To promote Masters. When the Castle Grayskull was shown off for the first time. That was probably right around that same time.
Okay. Awesome.
So, yeah. And then you flash forward a couple of years, and that was Legions Con at the PAL. Was that 3 years ago? In the bingo room, I call it the bingo room.
I wasn't at that one.
Yep.
And that's probably when I was probably most introduced to the line with the stuff that the guys were doing, customizing, like Eric Miller stuff, like Pat Boyle stuff, like some of the combinations that he came up with, the pirates and skeletons, the green skeleton with Scarabus with that torso, stuff like that influenced me.
Yeah, he really loves that like scaphoid color scheme. He does a good job at that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, so you're another person that was at that same show that I was at that first got me into all of this. Obviously, I didn't know at the time, so that's cool.
Well, I used to go to the Toy Con that was in that PAL because it's always 2 days there. That's Joe's show too, the Toy Con. So I'm only 15 minutes away from where the show normally happens in that. PAL. So I had been going there for the Toy Con and then found out that they were doing the whole Legions Con in the other room. So I'm like, I want to check this out and see what it's really about.
So you're right in that like that con area where you probably get to go a bunch of the cons.
Yeah, right? I'm kind of spoiled the area that I'm in.
Yeah, a little bit.
Within like an hour or 20 minutes or hour and a half from pretty much most of the ones on the East Coast here in this area anyway.
Nice.
Yeah. What's the next one? Is it Retro that's coming up?
Retro's the next one I'm aware of in the area. I know New Jersey there's a bunch of stuff in New Jersey all the time, but that's the next Legion one that I'm aware of.
Are you going to that one, Jesse?
Yeah, I'll be running the Wolf King table because Len, that's a street team event for Len.
That's where I bought my first Cosmic was last year with Pat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thygor.
Which one? The bare chested or the armored?
The armored one. I'm like,
okay.
which is a good figure to start with this line? He goes, get this one. You have to buy this one. I went to meet all the cast from Dukes of Hazzard. That was my whole thing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite show as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. I remember I moved. I lived up in Iowa for like 2 years. It was weird. Sorry, story time, breaking into stories, but like I was working in retail and I had applied to work as a manager at Target, like in the retail chain in the stores. And I got a call from a distribution center and I was living in Missouri at the time. I was in Missouri.
I knew you were going to say Missouri.
Yeah. And I got a call from a Target distribution center in Iowa. And they're like, hey, have you ever thought about working in the distribution side instead of retail? And I was like, no, whatever. Like, well, we'd like to fly you up here and have an interview and whatever. So went up there, interviewed. It went well. They offered me the job. I was like, okay, well, I guess I can live up in Iowa for a little bit. So went up there. And when I moved into my house, it was going to take a while to get like, cable and everything set up. We didn't have like streaming services at that time. So the only thing I had was the box set of Dukes of Hazzard. It's like the only thing that I had. And so we watched Dukes of Hazzard for like 2 weeks. That's the only thing that we watched in the house. So as much as I used to love Dukes of Hazzard, I think it's kind of like when you eat that one food that you like and you eat it over and over again and you just get sick of it. That's kind of what happened to me.
Dukes of Hazzard anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's like, I don't ever want to watch Dukes of Hazzard again because I watched it for 2 weeks straight.
That story wasn't that long, but right before you said Dukes of Hazzard again, that's what you had to watch. I was like, where is the story going? How did we I got so lost.
Sorry.
I was like, why are we talking about Curtis's
it's
cable
just
setup?
a little PTSD when he said Dukes of Hazzard. I'm like, oh, I don't ever want to see another episode again.
Well, you could always go back and watch the movie.
Yeah, there you go. I got that at least.
The newer movie?
I wasn't being serious.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't think that one was that great.
The only thing I will say I like about that movie is Willie Nelson as Uncle Jesse.
Well, the thing of it is, the car is the star. Doesn't really matter who the other people are. Yeah. You just want to see the car jump.
and hear the horn
and
too.
Freeze.
Yeah.
Just freeze in midair. Like,
yeah. And then have the guy talk over it when it freezes in air.
Trouble.
Like, yeah. How the Duke boy is going to get out of this one? Yeah.
Oh man, I was not allowed to watch the Dukes of Hazzard growing up, so I only caught.
Is it because they would be in trouble with the law?
I don't know why. I never got
moonshiners.
I don't know what it was, but my mom didn't want me watching it.
I mean, they're making their way the only way they know how. So you can't get can't fault them for that. Yeah.
I don't know. I got away with a lot of other stuff, but not Dukes of Hazzard.
All right. So you're going to these cons, you get kind of into legions and like, now you're painting, you're doing all this kind of stuff. You got your stuff on your Instagram. Do you have shows that you're showing your stuff at?
No.
Okay.
I go as more of a fan. I like to hang out and I like to, see everybody, people that you've made friends at the last couple of Legions cons and stuff like that. Or like I ran into Jesse at ZoloCon this year.
Mm-hmm.
Talked with him and Pat and Len and got to meet G for the first time.
Nice.
So yeah.
Everybody remembers meeting G.
Yeah. So basically when you're customizing, it's just for your own collection and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're doing that, is there something that you really enjoy customizing most?
So it started with the pumpkins because I saw Eric Miller's pumpkins at that first Legions con. And I'm like, I have to get casts of these pumpkin heads and pick up some more, some skeletons. It started with one, and then you wind up with 3 or 4 different skeleton heads or pumpkin heads. And then you have to have 3 or 4 different bodies to put them on. So.
And then you get Headless Horseman and you get some extra ones. Nice. Awesome.
Well,
so you
speaking of pumpkins,
go ahead.
Why don't we bring this up?
Missouri.
So that's pretty much where it started.
Oh, that's cool.
And the black detailing on those creases are fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh, black light's always fun.
It's tough because you got to build it up like 2-3 layers to get it to really glow.
Oh, that's great.
I love the eyes.
So you're almost doing double the work when you paint them that way.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to make it look like that under the black light, do you actually paint it with the black light on to see what it's going to look like when it's done?
I usually paint it and then I'll put the black light over it and see how it looks and see if it needs more or where it needs more and try and remember.
Gotcha.
Hit it back with the light after you hit it with the brush again.
Those are
Oh,
great.
that
So
axe.
these are
Where'd
some of the
that axe come from?
That's I think that was MAFC. I think there was
Gotcha. That's cool. I like that.
And the shield, I think, was his too.
Yeah, I've got that shield.
I painted a match to Ilgor.
That's great. Did you say so these were some of the first ones you did Legion in with the customizing Legion stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's cool. I like that kind of grass. Nope. What
Castle
I like the
Grayskull?
background. Thank you. Now this is cool. This gets me more excited than the Willy Wonka.
Yeah, you were talking about Super 7. Yeah, that's probably one of the only reaction figures that I have from them.
Again, it just makes me want to eat it, but like this is kind of fun because like I've never seen a toy of this.
52 minutes makes me want to eat it. If you could clip that, guys. Thanks. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done talking.
You can never actually make the guy. They never gave you like enough parts to make a full figure of those for some reason.
I loved that it came in the little casket, though.
No, that doesn't. That was from another figure.
No, I mean the candies.
Oh, the candies.
When you got the candies and they came in that, you open it.
That's why I put the picture of the actual candies in that post.
He's so real.
Totally.
Totally. Looks like he has 2 left feet. Oh, that's a hand.
They kind of look
That's
similar.
the joke, right?
Hands and the feet.
Yeah. There you go, Curtis. Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Those are the Jada
Not
toys.
quite.
I just like the figures. I like Halloween in general. I like Christmas stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, the Jada toys are pretty good. Like,
I don't think they're going to do any more of those. I think they said that's the end of that.
that's a shame. Yeah, I thought the creature was fantastic. It was the only one I had.
That was like their first.
I like those
venture into like
cereal ones. Yeah, those things are cool right there.
These are Jada toys as well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I hope they do some more of the monsters. The cereal monster one.
That's great with the NECA Dracula, or is that?
That's NECA.
Is that the Jada? That's okay.
That's a great figure too. The NECA Dracula.
Yeah.
And I put spoons and bowls in their hands when I took those pictures.
That's awesome.
Where'd you get spoons and bowls that small?
They were from some kind of dollhouse thing I found on eBay because I wanted bowls and spoons to go with them.
Yeah.
They should have given you spoons and bowls with each figure.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
okay. Cool. Okay, out of the 3, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, or Boo Berry, which is your favorite? Not character, but the cereal. Yeah, the cereal.
Probably Frankenberry.
Amen. That's what I'm talking about.
If you're waiting for me to answer, cool. I never had this, and I never had them.
You never had those cereals?
Nope.
Wow. Sheltered life.
I hate Lucky Charms as much as I want.
Did they keep you in the basement? Is that where it started? that how this
Or
all
what
happened?
started?
Your
I
whole
don't know what you're
basement
talking
thing
about.
that you got going on?
There is no whole basement thing.
Oh, all right. That's what we're going with.
I'd like to see them do other serial people like Tony the Tiger in that scale.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be cool.
I know
Yeah.
they did. Are they the ones that did the Chester Cheetah?
Mm.
Yeah.
Or even the Lucky Charms guy would be great in that scale.
Yeah.
Do the Leprechaun.
You could do the Tricks Rabbit, but that's just for kids. So.
Mhm. Or even like Twinkie the Kid, I'd like to see done. The
There
old
we
Twinkie
go.
boxes.
That's a nice shot of that.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, just like right down the gun. That might be the best shot I've seen of that statue.
Thanks.
That's cool.
I love that sneer. I hope they do a heads pack down the road for Cosmic, and they include this as an alternate head for her.
I want a weapons pack where they're painted like that with those colors on the weapons.
Well, some of the newer weapons have more paint hits, right?
Yeah, some of the new ones have more. I mean, just especially the way you got in that picture there, like where you're going down the barrel on where the red is, you can see like a glow effect on the outside of it as well. I think they did a great job on that. Yeah, you captured that well. That's awesome.
Yeah, I absolutely love it.
Can't wait
And
to
knowing
see
this
that.
photo is out there makes me really happy because like I forgot to take any pictures of this. So like coming across this on your page or when I see other people have shots from these statues, it just makes me really happy because it's like, wow, that's way better than I probably would have done. So here's the Euro fellas.
Euro boys.
So clearly, sorry, I'm looking at the pictures here. Clearly, this is from Legion's Con this past November.
Yeah.
At the new location.
Mhm.
Hey,
Your
there's
buddy
my
Brian.
table mate Brian, CB Make.
I had no idea when I started.
Oh
buying this
man,
stuff.
that's another great shot. Holy cow.
So sorry, Paul, what'd you say?
I had no idea that when I first started, I found Brian's stuff, maybe on eBay first, and had no idea that he was that deep into Legions. And then to find out that he was going to be there and he's going to be at your table, I'm like, I couldn't wait to get to meet him in person too. That's the fun part of this whole thing is you meet people, whether it's before, through Instagram or wherever, and to get to wind up meeting them in person, like David Williams. I had never met David Williams till this past Legion's Con.
Very cool. Yeah, Brian's he's such a cool, awesome guy. So like I'm glad that we got connected and that he's been doing the table with me, him and Mark. So we'll be back together again this year at Legion's Con, the three of us, same spot, I think. Unless something shifts, but yeah, very cool.
I want one of those crabs. You gotta get a crab from him.
Oh, those crabs are awesome.
I love it.
So that's someone's clipping that. You know that's going to get taken out of context. Sorry, Curtis, you got really excited about this one because I scrolled.
Oh yeah, it's just a beautiful picture on this one. I love it. Yeah, this is another great shot of this.
I like photography too. For some reason, things like that. I guess it's the whole art angle of it.
Is it on the little screen thing that he's got? Is that Vorga on there?
Yeah,
I never noticed that. That's awesome.
That's what I was going to ask because I got mine used, so he didn't come with. This is the only of the hollow projections I don't have. And so does it have a face on it?
I don't know. I don't pay that much.
Imagine
I never noticed
really
that before
but...
in the photo.
Sorry, Rob, eating too much Count Chocula will give you a bad case of Count Choculitis.
All right. You got him with that one. There he goes.
Just throwing the itis onto it. Just
play the laughing goat.
I was gonna say hit that goat.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that guy.
Another talented guy.
Man, I totally
It's Marky
did
Mark.
not land that joke. So cool. So have you gone? So you went to the 21. Did you go to 22? And okay,
Yep, every year since then.
very cool.
22
Yeah,
was
after
hot
I same
as hell.
for me that what?
22 was hot as hell.
Yeah, it was.
Oh gosh.
Oh, these guys were cool.
Right? I like that whole aspect too, that you run into people that you've never met before, and some work like that like blows you away.
Shrek.
Nice.
All right. We're looking at all these other.
Oh,
things.
I
Let's
love
get back
that
to-
Dio.
I
That
wonder who's that Blue Falcon guy up there?
yeah, I don't know. That's a cool one.
What?
I love this
Where?
that Dio. That's cool. No, you already went past it. It's the next that one.
This one?
That's cool. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Who's do you know whose this was?
That's Duarte's, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, that's Brian.
Wasn't that his
Yeah,
diorama? The
That's
tavern?
awesome.
pretty sure. Yep.
That's awesome. I don't
And
think I
that
saw that one.
Coliseum,
I
think.
saw his Coliseum.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he had a woolly mammoth there that was like incredible too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
hey, I know that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
You know, you do a drawing and then you think it's pretty good, and then you look at it the next day and you're like, oh, that's all lopsided. That's kind of what I feel like seeing this.
No, this looks awesome.
I immediately see all things I want to do differently.
That's on my list of things I want to try is do a diorama piece. Nothing that big, but just something for a background.
I don't want to do anything that big again either. that was ridiculous.
Mhm.
My friend Danny got that, and he had to like take it apart to get it in his car. It was not meant to come apart.
So you didn't
He
have
had
any
to break
magnets or anything in it to hold it.
No, just because the way it was built, like, I mean, there was, no. And I told her the dimensions before he got to the convention. Oh, is this what you got excited about, Curtis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that before. That guy did
Really?
okay.
What's going on? Oh, it's a video.
It's playing. Yeah, it's playing. It's like slideshow.
I was like, I'm not clicking anything. Why is it moving?
Jesse's freaking out, man.
Oh my gosh.
So many creative people that you run into at Legion's Con, like almost like
And that's mine too.
Yeah.
Well, mine and Darla. We had fun working on that one, man. That was dude, Carver Customs. They did that special flame for us, flame effect for that oven. It made that whole display. Brian's so good.
Yeah. All right. Wait. I keep going back to look at other people's stuff. All right. Where's your stuff again?
well, you got the Krampus, that's mine.
The Krampus. All right. We'll go
That
there.
Krampus head.
Instead of
That's a
showing
Von
off
Berkel.
other people's stuff.
That's cool.
Man, those eyes are fantastic.
Thank you.
So folks, if you want to follow Paul's stuff on Instagram, check out Wally22974 on Instagram, and you can take a look at all his stuff there. This is just a lot of fun.
That axe has got so much detail in it, and
I can
all the
see
lights
that.
that wrap around it. It's insane.
That looks factory painted to me.
Thank you.
I mean,
That's Kingpin Customs. That's his Christmas axe.
okay. I love all the little lights, and that you did the pattern on them.
Yeah, and repeat the pattern all the way up it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
So
a regular strand of lights goes in the same pattern.
I'm pointing at it. You guys can't see what I'm pointing at, but I love how that if you look at it, like I notice this when I wrap lights around stuff, I'll get like the same ones line up in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
So you got like the green and the blue running up the center part of the haft of that axe going up to the
So I had to
blade.
count.
It's,
You know how this one's green and then go blue, red,
Yep.
orange, yellow, and just keep repeating that pattern all the way up.
oh man, yeah, that's great, Bill. Oh, sorry. I
Sorry.
think-
Go ahead.
Nope. Go ahead. You were pulling something up.
I was just putting up his thing for his Instagram.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, Dorco saying, yeah, the paint on that is sharp, Paul.
I got to meet Bill at Shop the Curiosity. That was another one that was close.
Nice.
And
Oh,
pick up the figure Obscura the same day. That was different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
That's cool.
So
Those little
did you know
unique
what it
experience.
was?
No.
You didn't know what it was till you got to the table?
I was watching 1/6 Shooters reveal on the way up there.
Okay.
The bar had it playing.
Okay.
That's how I figured out what it was before I got there. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I know what but I expected a 2-pack. I didn't expect them individually packaged.
Okay. I love is this what do they call them? The Hood or whatever from Marvel?
Mm-hmm. I just threw a cloak on them.
That screaming face, I've seen people use that, and this is probably my favorite use of it. Getting mauled by Krampus.
With a candy cane.
With a candy cane. Yeah, it's like the opposite version of what was that Christmas movie with David Harbour a couple of years ago? Violent Night.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite version of that, where it's Krampus going to town on everybody. You got him stuffed in the basket.
Wow. You
Oh,
got him
man.
with that one.
Oh man, that's great. That's great. Oh man. Excellent work. All right, what do we got?
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, that was Noble Bear Santa from a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I think he did a Toys for Tots thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
One of the parts that he was offering.
Curtis, look, it's you and Santa.
I've got that Batman. Love that Batman.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's a bit of a
It's
traffic cone.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. Oh man, the texture on that beard is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Love that sword. I need to get me one of those.
That's Noble
Did
Bear.
you do that Santa too?
Yes.
On the left?
Yes.
Man, that's great.
I had all the parts together and we just started working on it that like the same week that they dropped their figure Obscura. I'm like, terrible timing.
Nice crisp lines. I love it.
Yeah, those are both great.
That was Sir Owain. That was his body, the big body for him.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Nice. And there he is again. That's such a great sculpt.
Yeah. I did 2 of those. I did one to put on the figure.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I didn't even
love the
realize that
details
had
on
Merry Christmas on there.
Yeah,
That's
you
nuts.
killed that. That's cool.
Thank you.
I love like the frost effect on the blade,
Mm-hmm.
or on the flakes, snowflakes.
Oh, that's awesome.
The detail
Jeez,
on
oh,
that is
Pete.
so tiny.
Yeah, and you killed it, man.
Thanks.
All right. I think I remember picking not this one, but one of your turkey picks for a shelf selection last year.
Mhm.
And I don't know what it is I like about it, but I love them. Like these are so cool. Like Curse, he's got a cigar just like your dog.
Dude, that
Your
the
Ewok dog.
end of that cigar is so good.
Thanks.
Like the way that you made it look like it's lit. Yeah, because it's not just one solid color. You got, all the different like colors that you would have in there from the fire of it. Yeah.
I got that from Corey Schotzenheimer, like literally 3 days before Thanksgiving, the regular one without the cigar. And then he saw mine and he says, I want one of those. Will you paint me one?
Oh, nice.
So I had that
That's
one
cool.
and the regular one that's on my figure.
Which I'm gonna skip up to that one just because I want to pull that one up next.
Whoa.
I love it. Like I love that you put him on a dwarf body and he's got those
What are the
tail feathers
feathers
going on there.
Yeah, what are those attached to? Is that like going to the pauldron spots?
That was from. Do I have it here? I think I do have it here. That was from Noble Bear, from the first Legion's Con. He threw me this head. I'm not gonna be able to see it. Threw me this head.
Oh, it's come from the back of the head.
The feathers were broken off of it.
Uh huh.
He says the print is shot. Just make this, and you can practice on this. So I wound up doing it like this actually, and sticking it to the back of him.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I couldn't find real tail feathers. I'm keep trying to get somebody to make me a full like fanned out tail feather, like completely like a regular turkey, to plug into that back piece.
That would be cool if it just had like to where you could plug it into the pauldron holes, or even the back slot,
that back square slot.
Yeah,
that's what I'd like to get. And I also have planetary dog toys feet. I think I'm gonna add those to that turkey.
Oh, cool. Oh, sorry. I'm sitting here looking at the pictures.
You're sitting there looking at it. And we're just, yeah.
Sorry. It's bigger on my
you,
screen, my second screen over here on the left. So I'm not trying to be rude. It's just easier to see him. Yeah, I love this guy. He's great. That's really clever. Using that head, just flipping it down and putting it on the back.
Yep.
That's really cool.
That came together like super, like I said, I only got that head like 3 days before Thanksgiving. So I'm like, I wanted to paint it so bad and take pictures of it. And then I'm like, where am I going to get a tail from? And that idea hit me just on a fly.
That's perfect.
I also love that he's holding a cooked turkey leg.
I just noticed that.
He's a cannibal.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with this guy. Oh, okay. All right. So, all right, let's jump in with here some stuff at the top, because you said you were loading stuff up to your site this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
That pirate looks awesome.
Let's start. Hey, I know that sketch. Let's go here. So these are some bits from Brian C., correct?
Yep. That was the last one that I had. I'm like, what am I going to do with this thing? Because all the plugs on all like Thygar were all full. The ones that I got from him before. So I'm like, I'll paint match it to his armor.
That's great.
He puts a lot of detail in his sculpts too, like little circuit boards and stuff that you barely see with your eye, like those.
Yeah, these are great. So, folks, if you want some really cool little cosmic kibble for your characters, or to go with the other stuff coming out, there's a bunch of stuff he's got. And you like this orange one over here on the right, that's like a translucent orange, right?
Yeah,
like it came like the printed piece was already.
Once I saw that they were translucent, I'm like, I have to leave at least part of it translucent so you see it.
Yeah,
I need to get that pipe wrench to upgrade my Tinker Gnome.
I'm not sure why you need a steampunk pipe wrench, but it's cool.
I do. That would go great with my Tinker Gnome.
It's got a little motor and spark plug wire.
Yeah,
and motorized.
I didn't even know that was a thing that was out there. So,
man, these little like power packs and stuff.
Question for you, Jesse. I don't know if you know, but like I know some of Brian's stuff has moved over. Like he's got some stuff through Wolf King. Do you know if like those parts that we were just looking at are available through Wolf King, or is that you have to contact him directly?
The way I understand it for now, Brian's stuff is available for Wolf King at shows.
Okay.
And maybe eventually some of it will be through the website, because he has a way to move his own stuff on. That's my understanding of the process at the moment.
But buying from him, you have to just message him directly, or does he have a?
Yeah, he does have an eBay store where there's stuff up there. But if there's stuff not up there, I'm sure if you reach out. Now he does have like a whole bus full of kids, and all that stuff. So, but he'll just so make sure you allow some appropriate time. But he's, yeah. as far as I know, those things aren't at Wolf King yet. I know we had like a cup with all of those things at the Wolf King table. At
Gotcha.
what was Maryland Toy Show.
All right.
I have a backpack.
What about retro? Will you have some at retro?
I'm sure we'll probably have, if there's, I don't think we moved all the ones that were in that cup, so I'm sure some of them will be at retro.
Okay. I need one of those wrenches, but I'll probably hit him up on it. This looks awesome. I love this.
Thank you.
Yeah, that looks realistic.
Curtis, I might have one of those wrenches. I can just send you the one I have.
Sweet.
I mean, go buy it from Brian.
I love everything about it, like the depth on the face, the teeth, the eye looks cool. Even the hat, like the leather look on the hat. This is that's awesome.
There's a lot of texture.
Yeah, is that Rocket Fist Customs did the head?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. The texture on that hat is fantastic. You know, the sculpt and the way you painted it just really bring that to life.
The stitching is actually in that sculpt too. It's really tiny, but it's in there.
The skull and the swords, is that sculpted in there, or did you just paint that? Okay,
no, that's sculpted. It's like embossed.
Gotcha. So, like, if I was to rub that on my lips, I would feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Clip that.
I like the cape with like the functioning buckle and stuff. That's really cool. Or the jacket. That's cool.
That was just
I love that. Wait, go back one.
That's the same cape from Krampus, the guy that's attacking.
I love the red around the eye patch. Like, yeah,
he's got like a wound almost from like that. His eye has been cut out of him, or like he took a sword to it.
And
So
you did the one gold tooth there too that we didn't see from the other shot. That's cool.
Looks infected.
They gave him a gold tooth.
And that awesome. Blue eye just like really stands out too, like in a good way. Like it pops in that.
Wolf King has a peg leg attachment that would go great with this guy.
And also, I know that I don't know if this is really supposed to be Blackbeard or not, but it's close enough for me. I went in and hit all the ends of his beard because he was known to light the ends of his beard on fire and intimidate people. Kind of like I did with that turkey with his cigar. Yeah.
I just noticed that because it reminds me of that scene in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie where the guy's running and his beard's all like lit and he's like lighting his little hand bombs with his smoking beard.
Because there are ears molded in, or like real close underneath part of his hair. Some of those angles, I don't know if you could see him.
It reminds me of
like
Yellowbeard.
Yep. He's got dreads up where his hair is, and then the beard is braided. So there's a lot of different textures in that.
I'm guessing you guys never saw that movie, Yellowbeard.
Yes.
I still.
It's great.
What are you saying? Evil
Yellowbeard. It's a comedy instead of Blackbeard. It's Yellowbeard, and he's got the smoke coming off of his beard and stuff. But it's a funny movie.
Okay. He made the international sign of the donut. That is
the
cool.
eyes are cool on that. I like that.
That head makes me very uncomfortable. So well done.
Thank you.
Like I feel like I need to go take a shower now.
Well, you did work all day today, so you probably do.
That looks really cool in the dome.
It just barely fits in that dome.
Yeah. That's really cool. All right, this dwarf man.
You see a lot of dwarves painted, but there's so much going on with him too, with the ponytail and the shaved head.
Yeah,
you did a really good job on the color of the hair and beard. Where it's dark underneath and lighter on top, and it's blended really nicely. Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to channel my inner Noah Pratt, I guess. Yeah, he's got that down pat
Yeah.
when it comes to doing all the stubble and beard stubble and shaved heads.
Yeah. This is very cool.
Thank you.
I like the brown, like the kind of golden brown colors that you picked for this, because usually you see black or red are like the go-to colors for dwarves, or white, for older characters. So like I like seeing, when people do like the blonde or the brown different hair. Like I feel like it gives a really cool different look to them.
I was going for more of like younger Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
That style, the depth of his brown beard or reddish. He's like a ginger, I guess, right?
Almost, yeah. That's great.
I was trying to go for that kind of colored beard.
Now, and I love the fade on the shaved head of the scalp. Now, is there like details in there, like in the sculpt?
No,
like to where it looks like skin texture, or is that just
the
all
way I brushed it?
Wow,
I kind of stippled it with a paintbrush.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
Sorry, folks. I'm just gonna sit here in awe of this skin texture on this head.
I want to do more
that's
dwarves.
really cool.
Definitely paint more dwarf heads because there's so much detail in those beards.
So did you go back and touch this up, or is that just the way that figure reacts to black light?
His head reacts to black light. Those eyes, that pink.
Okay.
The background reacted to it for some reason when I hit it.
Didn't know that.
Those are the plugs that Wolf King was giving out at ZoloCon.
Yeah, I forget who sculpted them, but they gave that file out to everybody. Yeah, that's cool. I like that color scheme on it.
I have another one of them. The Red Jet pilot is going to get one of those in his chest.
What?
You got the wrench here. What's going on the left hand over here?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
That's a cosmic DeWalt nailer.
All right.
That's also CB make. That's his.
Oh my gosh. I think I have that.
Yeah, you haven't. You never painted it, right?
I haven't painted
the
it
first
yet.
thing it reminded me of was like
Is
the
there
yellow and black.
Closer look at that one.
He's got all those. I call them doodads stuck to his belt.
Yeah.
And arms.
There we go.
In the automotive.
Oh, that's cool.
The automotive wiring cable covers.
Okay, I was just gonna ask what the tubing was.
With rubber tubing underneath.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah, I love that tubing and where it goes into his arm. That's awesome.
Now that I realize that's a nail gun, like I'm not saying I gave him the idea, but we were talking about stuff, and he's like, I think I just jokingly said a nail gun because I use one all the time at work. Maybe he already had that one, and I said, I don't know. I just remember talking about it, but now that I see it, I feel dumb for forgetting it.
You guys heard it here first. Brian steals from Jesse.
No,
that's what I heard.
What I said.
That's what I heard.
I was like, do I really paint it yellow and black? I'm like, why not? He's got the wrench.
Not? Yeah.
Yeah, may as well.
I dig it. What is this? Oh, happy 4th of July.
That was from 4th of July, yeah. You can see I like to take photos and stuff too. So I post photos.
Yeah.
Of places.
What's the thing with Robin up there?
Oh, that's those are custom display cases that I make. That he's got the emblem from the movie Batman and Robin or Batman Forever, and those are supposed to be screen use props that he picked up at an auction. He's got the Two-Face coin from Tommy Lee Jones. He's got a stunt mask from Mr. Freeze from
So you make those acrylic cases?
Yeah. I usually do Lego Star Wars people, Lego minifigure people that fit in that case, almost like a riser system where they get stuck to it.
That's really cool.
I cut the plates to match. so their feet sticking out, the big base plates,
Yeah.
or they
How
will
you
be GI Joes.
Casually say I make these acrylic display cases. You know,
Yeah, I like
that's
that.
nice and clean, man.
That's beautiful. What other things have you seen put in those?
The little GI Joe guys.
Yeah.
Vintage Star Wars.
Okay.
I also do one that looks like the old. If you remember the Remco monsters, the
Mhm.
little mini monsters, that looks like the dungeon case that they used to, the play set that they came with.
What are the size of them?
They're like 3 3/4. Most of the 3 3/4.
The cases.
They're like 10.5 by like 6 inches high.
Okay.
And those risers move around, so you could stack them different ways. You could do like a bleacher style type of thing where it's 3
I might have
levels.
to hit you up on this. Do you have a website on any of this, or people just PM you?
Sometimes they like with his case, he PM'd me, but I usually do stuff on eBay. I sell the cases through eBay. So if you Google custom display minifigure Lego cases, you'll find my stuff on there.
I was looking for something like this, like an acrylic case, just to hold like a single, like 6.5 or 7 inch figure. Because I was thinking about doing like they had that McFarlane Batman movie set where it was like all 6 figures, and I was thinking about doing like one case each, almost like it was like Iron Man's Hall of Armor, but for Batman suits. But I couldn't find ones that were like the right size. So
I don't really do anything that big. Maybe you want to check like Hobby Lobby. They sell bigger stuff. And I can always make you a custom decal to fit inside if you give me the dimensions.
Oh, okay.
Make you a decal will fit inside the back of that.
Nice.
All right, I got to bring this up just because I want to go on a rant.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy,
Lethal
here it
Weapon
is. I
special
know
nail
what's
gun.
going on here. Go. Have at it.
Well, go ahead, Curtis, if you know what I'm going to say.
No, I've already heard it before, but you go ahead. It's your thing, man.
That shouldn't have worked.
Mm-hmm.
Should not have worked in that movie. That gun was not hooked up to an air compressor, and if it was not turned on. That nail gun should not have fired.
Way to ruin the movie magic for all of us.
Nor should it have shot a nail out the size of the nail that it shot out. All right. It's like, all right. Okay. A couple of years ago, my buddy and I went to saw this movie. What was it called? Was it Anna?
Mm-hmm.
It's this girl. She's like trained to be a model, but she's really like an international like assassin. It was supposed to be set in like the late 80s or the early 90s. And she's like using like a laptop in like rural Russia. And the laptop she's using I'm like, that laptop was like made like 5 years ago. There's like, and like there's like a thumb drive and all this stuff. I'm like, this is if you're supposed to make me believe this is set in whatever the early 90s or whatever, you were failing miserably, because an early 90s laptop should have looked like a giant brick, like cinder block. Come on. Anyway, I don't know killing devices. I just work with nail guns and have been around nail guns most of my life. All right. I do call the one tool I use to stretch canvas as a medieval torture device, because it's old and it looks rusty and it looks like it's been around since like the Spanish Inquisition. But anyway, sorry, I'm done.
Okay.
I think we had this as a shelf selection as well.
We did.
This is great.
Jesse realizing that he selected something as a shelf selection but forgot to like it.
You noticed that, right?
I'm fairly sure you picked this one, Curtis.
I did not. This was yours.
I don't think so. I think you liked, like, I'm not saying I wouldn't have picked it, but I'm pretty sure you picked this one, or maybe the guest of that week picked it.
It's possible.
Was it Len? Was Len? Len was on?
No,
could have
Pat
been.
was on.
Pat? Was this one of Pat's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
There he goes. Pat.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so it wasn't me, but now I've liked it.
I still thought it was funny. You
is
ruined that joke like you ruined Lethal Weapon for us. So.
Good. Have higher standards. Just because I know Curtis is going to ask about this thing.
That was a real quick custom for my brother because he's a big Robin fan. That was a Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah,
Super cheap. They come apart. It's 2 halves. You spray paint both sides. The wheels come off of it. Put it back
and
together.
what about the
cut it
logo?
out. The logo's cut out of vinyl by hand with a X-Acto blade.
Oh, nice.
That's
The idea I saw. I've seen people use those for GI Joes too.
So, did you make the decal or did you get that? I'm sorry, I missed that part.
I cut the decal out by hand.
From what?
From like a printed copy off of the internet. I just sized it.
Okay, so you printed it onto something that was decal material,
right?
Okay, cool.
There's 2 cuts: the black, and then for the oval, and then the red, the R in yellow.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. No, Curtis, what are you doing here? I don't.
Wait.
I definitely don't count bullets from gunshots in 80s movies. I can't count that high, or have the attention span to count that high. Oh, there we go. I knew I clicked on this one for a reason.
You were attracted to the Indiana Jones, huh?
I knew there was going to be an Indiana Jones in it.
Gotcha.
I have already liked this one, so. Oh, is that a custom whip? I'm just noticing the whip. Is that a handmade whip?
Not by me. I think that was Gridiron made the whip.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
The whip, the satchel, and what else came with him? Oh, he's got a torch that comes with him too.
Oh,
It's
cool.
just like an accessory kit that he offers.
Nice. Very cool.
Nice.
Where are we going here?
I just realized I'm still wearing the hat, and you took yours off.
Yeah, I took it off.
Yeah, a long
You
time
couldn't
ago.
take me seriously with that hat on.
Yeah.
I want to show you this. I know you're a big Cops guy.
Oh, heck yeah.
This is the first issue of Cops. So
You got it autographed?
Yep.
Ooh, by Pat
Nice.
Benatar.
Yep. Pat Broderick.
Oh,
He's also a big Green Lantern artist. He changed. What did you say?
He said
I
Pat
said
Benatar.
Pat Benatar.
Benatar.
I just wanted to throw Curtis
I didn't
off.
know. I didn't know she did artwork for comic books.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's nice. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know they had a comic book.
It was
So-
short-lived. There were only like maybe 10 issues, 8 issues.
I have to ask you a question. What you can't see what my mouse is pointing at. What is this fellow hanging under your shelf next to the Batman signal?
That's Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
Hobby Lobby Iron Man.
I see it now.
Oh, it's like old school Iron Man.
It's like a tin sign that's like
Yeah.
pressed.
Gotcha.
So it's embossed. It's got a raised, like all the armor is got.
Don't tell him that. Curtis is going to go put his mouth over everything at Hobby Lobby now.
Mm-hmm.
Clip that.
Yep. That's why I buy so much stuff from DB Blake. You know.
Heinrich, I know that gun. My stepdad had one of those. It used 22 shells, and it was loud as shit and scared the crap out of me. But yeah, I know that one. That one you definitely had to be pushing it down, and it was single fire.
That's the one to nail like wood framing. Wood framing to concrete, right?
Carlo, love you so much.
Happy day, Kalimar.
The reason I'm okay with that is because it scared the crap out of me. So I'm not gonna question that.
Yeah.
That was the problem with that Indiana Jones line. They won't make him.
My brother would run around the house doing that to me.
And did you think he was actually going to rip your heart out?
I don't know. I didn't know. Like I hadn't seen. Like I knew that's what happened, but I hadn't watched it at that point. It just scared me. He would also put on the Admiral Akbar latex mask, and then he would just like walk around real slow, like Michael Myers, scare the crap out of me, and then would just like lean on me and not say anything.
It was a trap.
It was. I think it was a trap, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, rest of this year, you've got. You say you're probably going to go to Retro, right? And you obviously, I'm guessing you're going to Legions Con. Anything else coming up that you're looking forward to? Any other cons?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, I was kicking around going back to ZoloCon, but now they're going to move that like 30 minutes further out from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is the last one. I think it's next month in the Centrifuge, which is a wild venue. I know you've never been there, and it smells like burnt wires in the building.
I haven't heard that.
It's a really cool venue. It's also a pain in the butt. Like logistically speaking,
I thought it was close for you.
ZoloCon is about just under 2 hours, between an hour and 45, 2 hours, depending on traffic.
I thought you were closer to there.
No. Yeah, like that and RetroCon are both about the same distance, time of drive for me. And then Legions Con and like the PAL Center where that was at in 21, that's about right under 3 hours for me. So,
and now he's moving ToyCon to another location too.
Shelve. Yeah, I was at the one where was the one they were at in December last year, which is I know where they had the first Legions Con.
That was Parsippany PAL.
Parsippany, yeah. That one again, it's about the same distance for me, just a couple minutes here or there.
Yeah, they're all close. They're all close by.
Yeah, we've got several people, Dirk and Wholesome Warlock, talking about IshCon. Obviously, a couple weeks away from IshCon. I will not be there, unfortunately. Jesse will be. But yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a really fun time. Last I heard, there were still some VIP slots left, but very limited. So check that out because I know you'll have your first chance to get the gunner as well as first chance at some of the things that are going to be available from vendors. And they're going to be doing the next reveal of the next Cosmic Wave. So that should be a good time. And it sounds like there's going to be a lot of great artists there. So definitely if you're around that area or it's within, driving distance and you can make it 2 weeks away. So Jesse, I know you're headed there. What you excited to get there and do all that stuff?
No.
Oh,
yes, of course I'm excited.
All right.
I'll be riding down with Brett and the Orkins. So that's going to be fun. I'm not sure how long of a drive it is. I want to say it's like 7 or 8 hours, maybe.
All right.
But yeah, got that. That's going to be cool coming up. I'm just going as an attendee. I'm not going to be there. I don't have a table. I'm not doing anything for Wolf King. It's just going to hang out mainly and see everybody and, be there for the reveals. I feel, I want to get to as much of that sort of stuff this year as possible, just because of all the, 1 year of Cosmics being out, 10 years of Mythics, however many thousand years the Horsemen have been around.
I have a feeling that IshCon is going to be the purplest con of the year. So it's just a gut feeling I've got.
It sounds like insider information.
I'm just saying.
Fighting against you.
Well, listen. I mean, I love Ish. Great dude. I'm sure he's going to put on an amazing con. But he has got the two best hype men in the business that have been promoting that con all year long for him and doing all the heavy lifting. And yeah, I mean, Van and Jordan have been just pushing this thing hardcore and trying to get everybody that's anybody to try to show up to that event. So I have a feeling there's going to be a huge purple turnout. I expect to see lots of purple in the pictures for IshCon. So there you go, folks. If you can make it, wear your purple, show up. I know they got the purple demon exclusives. That'll be fun. He's got some IshCon chips that are out there. One of those is purple. So, yeah.
Looks like it's going to be a good show.
Yeah. And hopefully, with that cosmic wave, hopefully we'll see a lot of purple in that cosmic wave. So,
did you say chips like Doritos?
Like poker chips.
Oh,
yeah, he's got some like commemorative poker chips. Can't remember the other two colors. Maybe like, I don't know, blue or green or something, but he's got a purple one. So, if you're going to get one chip, you got to get the purple one for sure.
I was hoping to win one of those green gunners from my favorite Legion or favorite Cosmic figure for the Horseman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
still going, right?
That goes till the end of the month. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still got to get my pick in. So,
and don't forget, Summer of Cosmics. The retailers that want to participate in it are allowed to participate, I believe, through the end of August. Is my understanding on that. So,
yeah, great sale. Picked him up. Red Jet.
While supplies last.
That's
cool.
Corey's head, so it's a dinosaur head on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and if you're having trouble figuring out like which you should put as your favorite cosmic, there's this guy, the Sentry, or this guy, also the Sentry. There's also this guy. So,
how many of them do you have?
We could fill the rest of the show. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if anybody is kind of, you're on the fence, which one should I pick? I can keep going if you want me to, but that's the right answer.
Please don't. You keep showing off like the unpainted ones.
Do you want to see some painted ones too? Here we go.
We're the Stormtrooper of Cosmic.
Some painted ones.
Okay, now that's cool. I mean, I'm not saying the figure's not cool. I'm just saying, like,
I could show one with a painted head. There you go.
It's the best cosmic for customizing.
It is.
I can't say it's the best cosmic, period.
Here's one that Stephen Bisciotti did. Yeah, so best figure around, cosmic or mythic. So there you go. Yeah, Sentry Gang. Exactly. I'm the leader of the Sentry Gang.
That was literally the last Cosmic Legion figure I got.
I'm sorry you don't like fun.
Besides the ones I don't have. Like Slog.
Well, when you were asking, Paul, which one you should have gone with, I mean, listen, Thygar is great, but the answer should have been Sentry. So just
first figure I picked up.
Yeah. So so Paul, tell us what else besides toy collecting. Are there any games that you're into, movies, shows? What other things are you into?
Marvel movies, that's a given. The
Yeah.
DC, I was more hyped about DC than Marvel, and then those just suck. They're disappointing.
What are you excited about what we're gonna maybe see from James Gunn? Are you nervous or do you not care?
No, not at all. Not after I saw that Green Lantern costume. No way.
Not feeling it, huh?
No.
Okay. We'll see. I am a DC fan at heart. And so I'm hoping that the storytelling offsets any sort of, terrible costumes. So we'll see how it goes.
I think
But isn't that
he should have played Green Lantern, not Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Like Hal Jordan Green Lantern.
Yeah. I could see that. I think it would have been cool to get a Jon Stewart too. We haven't gotten a Jon Stewart Green Lantern.
The only thing I am excited about is that I heard that they're filming at that old building that looks like the Hall of Justice. That's
Oh yeah,
show up in the movie. That I would be interested to see what they would do with that.
that'd be cool. They're gonna make it all yellow.
Like the toy?
Yeah.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I love that toy, man. That was like one of the best play sets ever. Then you just fold it up, have all your figures inside, and just carry it around with you.
Do you still have that?
I wish I did, man. That thing was so much fun.
I'm also doing the new superpowers too, the McFarlane ones. The
Oh,
3/4 ones. Some of
Yeah.
those are really they've gotten great during as the line keeps going on.
I've been collecting those, but I'm only collecting the figures that I had as a kid, like the ones that were in the original line. So when they're doing that, newer characters that weren't in the original, I'm not picking up those.
So no
Except for
Metamorpho and no Riddler when they come out.
But I am doing the other Green Lanterns. I did pick up those because, they're just cool.
I just don't understand why they painted him a different shade of green than Hal Jordan.
I don't know either.
Or,
Yeah.
some of the other figure it was Jon Stewart that was that same green as the original superpowers, Hal Jordan, and now they're like a mossy forest green almost. They should have all been the same color.
I want to get a Green Arrow because I vividly remember that figure as a kid, like with the kind of the it wasn't glow in the dark, but it looked like it was like a glow in the dark green. It was like a neon green bow. It was super cool. Yeah.
That's the most expensive part of the whole figure is if you have the bow and the arrow still.
Right. Yeah.
The vehicles for the new line are fantastic. They're small,
Yeah.
but they're fantastic. Like Wonder Woman's jet. I always wanted Mego made a Wonder Woman jet years ago that was clear.
I saw that in the store the other day with my daughter, and I'm like, it's an invisible jet. So what do you open the box and it's just empty? Like,
Like Hot Wheels did years ago. That was the San Diego thing. It was just an empty package, and there was no car or jet inside of it. And they're
They
going
did
for like
that as
$400 on eBay now.
Yeah, actually, I got one of the invisible jets right here. Look, there you go. Look.
They did that. I know you don't care, Curtis, but they did that as a Funko a couple years ago. They were doing the Brady Bunch, and the one daughter like had her invisible friend in the show, so it was just like an empty molded space in the plastic. It was a 2-pack, and I think it was only like a regular figure price because it was empty. But it was, I don't know.
That's funny.
Funny.
I do care. I care about everything that you
I know
say.
you're not crazy about this line, but that just came like right before Amazon just delivered it right before I came on.
That makes me
Ooh.
angry.
It makes you angry.
Yeah.
The box is fantastic, but the package.
Yeah. I've wanted a collector since I was a kid, and then they give us that. Like, to me, and I'm no offense to you or anybody that collects that, to me it looks like a play school version. Like, it's so, the details are so bad. It's like I wanted like that in like a classics or something like that. And to get that version as the only collector that we've ever had, we've had, I don't know, 20 different versions of Masters in terms of different toy lines, and this is the first time we get a collector, and that's what you're going to put out. It just breaks my heart. So, but I've seen some amazing 3D printed ones that some people do, but yeah.
I have all my classics from Mattel, but some of those new cartoon ones look like they just jumped right off the animation.
Yeah.
Especially Trapjaw.
Yeah.
I'm not making a judgment. I just feel like I'm looking at pictures of it from the show, and it looks spot on.
It's simple.
It does not, especially the arms, the scale of it versus the figures. Yeah. If you think that it looks spot on, sorry, wrong. But anyway, sorry. It's just yeah.
I mean,
that's not what's in that package.
okay.
I would have loved to have that, but that's not what they put out. The packaging is great. I think the packaging that they've done on all the Mattel stuff, Origins, Masterverse, all that stuff has been awesome. When I was collecting Origins there for a while, I was actually leaving them in package, which is a big no-no for me for the most part. But the packaging was so good. That actually, I'm doing that now with the Superpowers line, because it's like it looks so reminiscent of the original packaging.
But they can't match the picture on the card back to what the figure looks like for some reason.
Right.
I understand that. Especially the gold ones.
Yeah. But I really like that. Especially the first wave that they did, the figure, it was like they were doing a new take on it, and they really weren't that great. And then they realized that, people kind of wanted more of the style of what we had in the past. And so then they started giving us those. And I think from that point on, they've been really good. I'm wanting them to do another Superman though, because the first Superman they did, it had like the updated belt, and it just didn't look great. So I'm hoping they give us a newer Superman that looks more kind of the classic with the yellow belt and all that. So
yeah, that first Batman was terrible, but the second one, the Detective Batman one, was probably better than the original Superpowers.
Yeah, without
the action feature, the punching feature.
Yeah, and then they did the gold one. The gold one looks awesome. So, did you get in on the? They just had the, what is it? The new vehicle with the Robin and all that. Did you get in on those?
Not yet. I don't know what I want to do with that. I may just get the vehicles.
Yeah.
The figures look ridiculous. It's like the repaints are stupid.
Yeah.
That goal.
You would easily be able to sell those figures, because I know like Anthony Halcyon wants that Robin, but he doesn't want the vehicle and all that. So there's people out there, because that I don't know that we'll get that version of Robin outside of that package that they're selling, which is I think that kind of sucks when you put out a figure that people want and you can only get it when you're buying it with a vehicle and all that. But it is what it is. So nice. Anything else? Any shows you're watching, or things that you're into right now? Books?
The last 2 weeks I've been down here painting.
Yeah.
Get ready for the show.
Nice. Well, when you're painting, are you listening to music, or what do you do? You just kind of in your own headspace?
Usually I like just nothing. No TV, no radio, nothing else. Just the quiet. It's almost you almost go into like not a trance, but you forget about everything else while you're painting.
Yeah, just like in a zone.
You get in your zone.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah, I usually have either, it's Sundays we do the customizing studio, and there I'm just kind of listening to other people chatting. A lot of times we'll have people in there, like this morning. There were several moments where, you'll go, 5-6 minutes with nobody talking. There'll be like 12 people in there and everybody's working, nobody's talking. But yeah, we have that. And then if I'm not doing that, I'll either have like a show on the background, or music or something. So
sometimes I'll listen to music.
Yeah.
Depends. But for the most part, it's quiet.
Gotcha.
I got to have music unless I'm in the customizing studio. And even then I've got to be doing stuff that's a little more broad strokes, not very super focused. Like the details and stuff. But yeah, I just listen to like movie soundtracks and scores and stuff. That helps me get into that zone you were talking about.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, anything else? I know we're closing in right on 2 hours, but anything else that you want to talk about before we close out the show?
This is one of those things I wanted to do because I switched jobs right before Legion's Con last year. So I was able to start listening to podcasts, the type of job that I had before you weren't allowed to listen to anything. I I was the delivery person for that purple company. You know what I'm talking about? I mentioned their name.
Oh,
switched jobs and was able to start listening to podcasts like you guys and
Mhm.
Euro Legions and that whole road up to Legions Con to catch up and figure out who's going to be there, you know, what some of their stories are, like Brian C.
Mhm.
And to hear some of that stuff. I'd never listened to the Euro Legions guys before, like maybe 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
So I listen a lot. I hear you more than anybody else, I think, in the whole week. How many hours are you on for all these podcasts? Have you ever added up all the hours?
I haven't added up the hours, but I'm on a lot of shows. But I've never run the gauntlet, which is, being on a show every day of the week. Ryan Gonzalez is trying to do that this week. Today was his fourth day of being on a show in a row. We're trying to get him on a show tomorrow. If we can get him on tomorrow, and then we can get him on Jeff Evans' Cosmic Show on Tuesday. Then we just got to hit Jeremy on Wednesday for the gauntlet. So we'll see.
Maybe we should throw him an invite to tomorrow night
to Legion's Quest.
Yeah,
we could do that. Bring him in as an NPC or something.
Well, just a guest character. You hear that,
Gotcha.
Ryan? We just drafted you. Run it by Joe. Joe, what do you think? Joe, give us a list, mention in the comments if you're still out there.
Yeah, I really love being like in the chat on the shows, even when I'm not on the show. I love being in the chat when they're live. I don't catch a lot of the audio ones. I love the Euro Boys. I think the Mythic Enablers have been a lot of fun. But even Schmerber has his new to Mythics that's recorded, and if anything that's not live, I have a tendency to just not catch because there's not a set time that I have to be there and have to watch it and whatever. So then it's like, oh, well, I can do that anytime. And then anytime becomes never. But then when I go to Legion's Con and I've got like a 20-hour drive to Jersey, that's when I throw those things on. And man, it's just, I just like binge it for the whole time. So.
Is it even an official show if Curtis isn't in the chat live?
It's,
or on it.
I just love shows where you can interact with the chat, and if they have questions and stuff, you can bring it up. And so
I'm the same way. Like I try to listen to stuff when I can at work if I'm not listening to an audiobook or something. But it's the whole. That's why I just chose to do live with this, was to be able to interact with people. It's like the live stuff's just. I don't like listening to stuff when I can't participate in the conversation, and they don't like it when you talk out loud at work. And let me rephrase. They don't like it when I talk out loud at work, because no one knows what I'm talking about. So
poor Jesse. They picked one.
Speaking of the chat, I did have a question I had started earlier, and he's probably still not here, but Dorklayer asked, would you just bite into a raw potato like an apple, or cut it up and eat it in pieces? So here's the thing. When I was a kid, my grandma would, we would peel the potatoes, we would cut them up, throw them in a bucket with water, and then she would end up mashing them and make mashed potatoes, all that kind of stuff. Well, before that, when they were just in the bucket of the water, so they're peeled, they're cutting to pieces, I would just grab some and just take a bite. So I don't just do that now, but I mean, I would, if somebody was cutting up potatoes and I saw them in a bucket and it was already peeled, I would absolutely just bite into the potato because it is awesome. So,
where were you living when you started biting into potatoes?
I was living in Missouri, but my grandma was in Ohio. I'd go visit in Ohio, and that's where they were doing that. So, but it's good. I mean, listen, you take potatoes and you make them into all these other things. You make them into potato chips. And what do you want? You want crispy potato chips. And you make them into fries, and you want crispy fries. You make them into all these other, it's like they're already crispy. Like if you just peel them, they're already crispy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do special processing or cook them in a certain way or get an air fryer.
Oh God.
Just bite into it. It's crispy. It's delicious.
He likes
You're
to eat raw
infecting
food like
good,
onions.
wholesome people with your insanity.
Yeah.
Look
See?
at this. Look at
Stacy
this.
Lynn. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you. It'll bring out the Irish in you, you know? So there you go.
Nobody wants that.
Going back to what you were saying about the podcasts, that whole aspect of being live. I try to catch shows live, or I go back and I'll listen to them at work. It helps pass the time.
Yep.
But when you throw that whole aspect of video along with, like, the Euro guys were just podcast, and you throw the video in that goes with it, especially if they're talking about something visual, just like the Mythic Enablers, their show. Now they're doing some of the stuff where they do video along with the audio. I like that aspect a lot better. Where if they start talking about a figure that they created, they were doing like a create a character type of thing. You can actually see the figure that they built, or a picture of it in like real time, rather than have to go back to Instagram or wherever to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I like that the Euro Boys started putting their stuff on YouTube so that you can see it. Because, like, I don't know, if I'm like, let's say I'm out in public, right, and I hear like a really sexy voice, like I want to turn and see who that is, whose voice was that, you know? And when you're listening to the Euro Boys, like on like an audio version, and you hear those sexy voices come through, you're like looking around, you're like, where's that coming from? Like, who, you know? So when they're on YouTube, you get to actually see their beautiful faces with the voices and the accents.
You can listen to John's voice all day, in other words.
Absolutely.
So, folks, just want to dial this back for a second, because Curtis has profusely stated that he likes listening to the Euro Legions while he's lathering up in the shower.
Oh,
I do. That is true, because when I'm in the shower, I can't watch anything, but I can listen. So I do listen to them when I'm in the shower. So, but
now they're in the shower with you with their faces.
Yeah, if I could just take a bath, then I could probably watch and listen. But that's like sitting in a stew of your own filth. I'm not a big bath guy.
Now I'm getting the visual of you in the bathtub with all three of the Legions guys.
Hey,
Bruce would be very happy right now. I got Darla Ackerman in the chat. I would absolutely eat raw potatoes for dinner. So, yeah.
No cooking tomorrow.
Yeah.
You just serve your raw potato on the plate.
Cut them up, peel them, throw them on the plate. I'm ready. So, yeah. I mean, you can clip whatever you want. I'll say it every day, all day. I'm not going to be ashamed of it, like Jesse, saying that he's into animal people. I love the Euro Boys, and yeah, I do think their voices are sexy. I like looking at them. I'm not gonna be like later when they throw a clip of me saying that, I'm gonna be like, oh well, I didn't mean I'm into animal people. That's not what I meant. That's not my thing. I mean everything that I say. So
poor Jesse.
Doug said something about me wanting potato chips or a purple chip. Yeah, a chip. I said Doritos. Those aren't potato chips, and potato chips are fine because they don't taste anything like real potatoes.
What do you think potato chips are, Jesse?
You know what I mean.
Oh,
I didn't say they aren't real potatoes. They don't taste like potatoes.
How do you feel about chips that are flavored to be like other things?
Depends on how weird it gets and how much science is involved.
Like
how much science is involved.
Somebody's doing potato pierogi flavored chips. I saw the other day.
Isn't that just
or stromboli?
No. I mean, I can deal with like the potato skin flavor like stuff, like the actual snack potato skins, like the brand name. Those are fine. Sour cream and onion barbecue, that kind of stuff. But like ketchup flavored potato chips, like turtle wax and vinegar flavored potato chips. No, thank you. Like,
I don't think there's a turtle wax one. I think you might have made that one up. Yeah.
A snack show.
Like I can only eat regular their not chips because they're not made like chips. What do they call them? Pringles, the crisps, right?
Mhm.
I can only eat the regular flavored ones. The ones that have like the synthetic flavoring on those, like it leaves like a weird coating on my tongue, and it grosses me out.
What are your thoughts on Pringles?
Pringles in general, like regular Pringles, I like.
Yeah, I think Pringles in any form or fashion are fucking disgusting. They're
I
gross.
eat them. I don't know what you're doing with them.
Yeah, they're gross. They're not real potato chips. Number one, I don't know what's in them, but there's definitely very little, if any, potato in it. And they're just gross. Like that's just processed crap in a tennis ball container. So
Number one item: dried potatoes in the ingredients.
yeah, they can say whatever they want. I don't believe it. Paul, thoughts on Pringles?
They're ground up. I think they're ground up potatoes, kind of like baked Lays. They're ground
But are you
up.
for them or are you again? You go to the store, you're picking up some potato chips for dinner. You're gonna get something. Where do Pringles fall on your list? Are they anywhere in your top list, or they're not even on there?
They're good because, like you said, you can travel with them. You can't smash a bag. You'll smash a bag of potato chips, but with that tennis ball container, they're harder to break, so they travel good.
Yeah,
Pringles are fine, but I don't buy Pringles when I want chips. I get Pringles when I want Pringles.
because you don't consider them potato chips. Because
they're not. They're
crap.
crisps. They're crisps. They're not a chip. Like it's a different thing.
I don't even think they say potato chips on the package, do they?
No, they're crisps. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They are a different thing.
They're a different gross thing. Yeah. They're disgusting. Ugh.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's like, it's like when I was a kid, I ate Pringles too, but I also ate like chicken McNuggets. I wouldn't eat a McNugget now. Like you know what's in that thing?
Chicken.
Yeah, there's more than just chicken. There's parts of the chicken you wouldn't want in the nugget. Let me just tell you.
There's part of chicken in regular chicken on the bone that I don't want. So
yeah, but you can choose not to eat that part.
It's a texture thing.
I'm just saying. You get older, you learn some things, you figure out what's in processed food, and then you're like, yeah, I don't know.
So you don't eat hot dogs anymore?
I'm not a huge hot dog fan, but if I do eat a hot dog, it's got to be all beef hot dogs, and even then, I'm kind of it's not my favorite. So, but I will eat it though. Yeah. Plus, I worked in a meat department at a grocery store, so I seen some of the things that go on, and it's not good. Let's just say that it's not good. So,
none of that is shocking or news to me.
Yeah. So, all right. Think that about covers it. Unless you guys got anything else.
Really went off on a tangent there about.
We did go off on a tangent.
I mean,
so plus Jesse's eating part of the chicken that you're not supposed to be eating. We don't know. We don't know what he's eating, but he's eating something that he's not supposed to. So
you bite into a chicken wing and you get like a whole piece of like tendon or like cartilage or something. Like gross. You blend that up into a pink mush and then like deep fry it and call it a nugget. I'm fine with it.
You ever get one of those chicken wings where you go to bite into it and you look at it, it's got like the little hairs like on the outside? Oh
no. Oh yeah, chicken. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Oh,
look, I put like a chicken foot in my mouth to eat it, and there was a chicken head on a plate once, but I'm not allowed to talk about that because talk is about me going about another country, and Curtis gets mad when I talk about.
Is that before they took out your heart, or was that after?
Wow, that's really racist. That's India, dude.
I'm just wondering. Didn't they serve monkey brains in that movie? Isn't that
in
the one?
India?
Okay. You were talking about going overseas. I'm just saying they eat weird things in different places. I don't.
We eat weird things here. We eat chicken
Yeah,
nuggets.
that's true.
Don't eat that.
It's true. They eat weird things on Fear Factor. That's another thing. I would never eat. There is no amount of money in the world or amount of starvation that you could ever get me to eat a bug. I could be dying of starvation, and somebody said, "Hey, we're gonna like on a whatever on a deserted island, dying of starvation." Somebody said, "Hey, we're gonna rescue you. We're gonna give you millions of dollars. We're gonna you're gonna be taken care of the rest of your life." And all you got to do is eat this bug. No, I'm dying.
Supposed to be a lot of protein in bugs.
Not doing it.
How about in chocolate? Dip them in chocolate.
No.
Willy Wonka chocolate.
No, I can't do it. I see that where like they'll put like the bugs either in chocolate or like a hard candy or something, and they were doing that with the cicadas. They were putting them in shots and stuff. Like I live in Missouri, right? And right across the border in Illinois, they were doing like these weird things where they put in cicadas in the shot and they would drink the shot and then eat the cicada. Like, come on, man. Like, what? Why? Why
Is
are
that
you
like
doing
the
that?
worm in the tequila bottle? Is that the whole idea of it?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's not for me, man. So, and listen, I know before people out there say like, the FDA allows certain amount of certain things in your food that we don't want to think about. I get it. And then the whole, how many spiders you blah, blah, blah in your sleep and whatever. I'm not intentionally going to eat a bug in my life. So there you go. Yeah. No. Jesse, in your
I'm about to
travels,
vomit. So
you're saying in your travels you've never eaten a bug?
not intentionally.
Okay. All right. Would you for $1 million?
$1 million?
$1 million. Would you eat a bug?
Maybe.
Paul, $1 million.
I probably wouldn't keep it down, but I would try.
Sure.
We're talking a live bug too. We're not talking one that's dead.
For $1 million, sure.
I mean, it dies pretty quick once you put it in your mouth.
$1 million is
Yeah, no. You could bump it up to $1 billion, and my answer would still be no. Because I would know for the rest of my life. I would have the memory of the feeling of it, and yeah, no. All right. I bet you didn't think that's where this show was going tonight, did you?
Nope.
I had a bug fly out of my mouth once that I didn't know was in there.
Oh gosh, that's another thing from Indiana Jones, isn't that the third one where the guy didn't know and there was like a fly that went in his mouth? You not seen that? There's
if
like,
you're talking about like a blooper or like something that just happens to happen and it's not part of the story, then no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's in Last Crusade where the guy's like just sitting there and like there's a fly or something goes into his mouth and he doesn't realize it. Ugh.
No, I rode when I was in high school. I rode my bike over to a friend's house and we were standing there talking. It might not have actually come out of my mouth, but I don't know where it came from. I was just talking, and then as I opened my mouth to say something, this fly just starts buzzing around. It looked like it came out of my mouth, but.
What if Darla took that bet and ate a bug for $1 million? I mean, I would stay with her, and I would still probably kiss her, but I don't think there would be any more open mouth kiss. I think that would be off the table. So that would be it. It would have to be closed mouth pecks for the rest of our days. But I mean, for $1 million, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to sacrifice open mouth kissing. So yeah, there you go. And see, this is the magic that happens when you have a live chat.
Somebody needs to get $100 up to get G to eat a bug.
No.
I saw that comment.
Yeah, there you go. At Legion's Con,
That's gonna happen.
Eat a bug for $100. So
In the lobby.
Don't. I'm at a point in my life where bug flew in my mouth. I'm too lazy to spit it out. Oh shoot. Oh gosh, no. Ooh. that what is that? Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan, where they put those little things
Yeah.
in their ears. Oh gosh, that's the worst. That's the absolute worst. I'd rather watch any horror film that you can think of over that part of Star Trek where they put the little things in their ears. Oh, gosh, gross. So, yes, this is what I was talking about. Is it Raiders of the Lost Ark? Okay. Cool. All right. That's all I got. I'm sorry. Sorry for the tangent.
This conversation going in that direction.
Yeah, Jesse checked out about like 30 minutes ago. He's done.
Well, I just now have to stay awake until I get these thoughts out of my head. So I really wanted to go to bed tonight.
Oh, sorry about that. All right. Okay. Well, Paul, thanks for
If it
joining
makes you
us.
feel any better, there's a type of bug that bites you in South America on your lip. It's called the kissing bug, and it like gets into your body, and it like what its bite does, and it like eats your heart.
Oh, awesome. There's also a bug that if you go into I don't know if I think it's a bug. You go into like a creek or river where it lives, and it like swims up your pee hole. So, yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Try to go to sleep now.
Yeah. Listen, that's another thing you won't see me do is swimming in natural bodies of water. I love being in like a pool, but I will not go in a natural body of water. Creek, river, pond, lake, ocean. You're not seeing me do that.
That's usually other countries they have those type of bugs. Not here. That's like
I don't care. Like I don't like. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of that. You know, jellyfish and sharks and just fish and weird things and disgusting mud at the bottom and yeah, no, I'm not one of those guys.
That's largely a myth.
What?
And it's a type of fish. Not a
okay.
bug.
All right. I still do. There's just disgusting things in natural bodies of water that I can't. You know what? Maybe if it was like what is it like Maldives, where it's like crystal clear water and you can see everything. Maybe if I could see everything. But when it's like murky ass fucking water that you can't see through it and you don't know what's in there. Yeah.
You're never getting murky ass water. I mean, that's just unsanitary.
I'm just saying, like, and cruises, nah, you'd never see me on a cruise. I'm not doing that. It's just the worst. Like,
I did that once.
I can't, like, I would be so freaked out. You know, there's so much ocean out there. There's so like, you'd be stuck and nobody's coming for you. And you're done. You're done, man.
The great part about a cruise is as soon as you drop your bags, you're on vacation.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever do that. I'll fly, but I ain't going on a boat anywhere.
It's fun, but I was terrified. But it was fun. But I was terrified.
Wholesome Warlock says he punch a fish in the face. I'd punch a fish in the face. I also don't like fishing. My daughter wants me to take her fishing. I don't like fishing. I think that's gross too. The whole worm on a hook and, you know, or minnows or any of that, like, you know, and then you catch them and either you're ripping the thing out of their lip and throwing them back, or you're, you know, cleaning them and eating them. Either way, it's like, I don't want to do any of that. No, that's a big no for me. I would just throw, like, fling it out there with a bobber, but with no hook on it, just to like sit there and act like I was doing something, but knowing that I would never have to deal with a fish or bait. So, yeah.
The only type of fishing I like is what do they call it? Swedish fish, like the red can.
Oh, yeah, those are nice. Yeah,
like
I'd go
the
fishing
American
for those.
kind.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say like hillbilly hand fishing. They catch them with their
Whoa!
hands.
We don't talk about that on this show.
Yeah, the what is that? Shit, what do they call that? Noodling, where they go and like stick their arms in the hole and try to pull out a
You
catfish.
sure that's what it's called? I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Look it up. But yeah, they stick their arm in a hole and try to get a catfish to bite onto it and pull it out of the water. So, saw a video of a guy doing that. Sticks his arm in there, right? Pulls out this catfish, and you know how like when things are in the water, it's like easier to lift than once you get it out. So he lifts this thing out of the water, and once it gets out of the water, the weight of it kind of hits, and it was so heavy that it broke his arm. His arm just like bends backwards with the fish mouth wrapped around it. Yeah. Yep. There you go. Doak says noodling.
And I'm weird because I like Pringles.
I'm not saying I would go noodling. I'm saying that's something that people do.
You
It
know
actually
more
it is
about
very
it than I do.
it is very popular here in Missouri. People
I
will
wonder how
go
many
up and
times
down.
he said Missouri.
Yeah, I like how you'll take
Yeah.
that, but whatever was happening in Illinois, you're like, no, that was across the river.
Well, yeah, we don't eat cicadas here, but we'll go noodling. I won't, but
I
people
guarantee you there are people in Missouri eating cicadas.
there might be. They do the float. What is it? The where you go floating down the river. What is that? Is it just floating?
Or tubing?
I don't know. Yeah, tubing. Yeah, I couldn't do that either. I did it one time because I had to for a work event, but that would not be my choice.
Yeah,
So
I like tubing. That was fun.
yeah, not my thing. So
As long as the water's high enough. If the water's too low, you're just like scraping your butt over the bottom rocks. And that's, it's a different kind of murky ass water.
yeah, that would definitely be murky ass water. So
Yeah. Whitewater
All right.
rafting is fun. I've done that.
never done that either. But once
That was
again,
really fun.
that's a natural body of water, so you wouldn't see me in it anyway.
When
So.
you're in a boat.
Yeah, I still wouldn't. I don't care. Yeah, I would go over it on a bridge, but that's about it. So
Didn't you tell a story about doing something in a lake and waffle stomping?
that was when I was a kid. Yeah. I waffle
That's
stomped.
why it's murky ass water. Okay.
Well,
it
that
all
was
makes- it
definitely
all makes
murky ass
sense now.
water because I waffle stomped my poop in the lake for sure.
I wasn't gonna say that part.
Well, I mean, now you said it, so people, listen. So anybody that hasn't seen, I think it was like episode 0 or whatever of OffWorld. Basically, the story is we went to a cabin with my grandparents and stuff it was like a vacation. My parents, my sister, my grandparents all went to this cabin. I think it was like Tennessee. Anyways, they were out fishing and stuff. Me and my sister stayed, and we were swimming in the lake. Like we were there, and all of a sudden I had like, the bubble guppies, like, it was like, and there was like no way I was going to make it onto the shore, dry off, make it to the cabin, get inside and go to the back. I wasn't going to make it. And so I just had to make the decision just to like drop trow and just do it right there in the lake. Now, once again, it's murky ass water. You can't see what's going on. So I'm like, this is okay. I can do this, whatever. So drop, plop. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm feeling better. I'm like, okay, I got that out of my system. What I didn't realize at the time, and I'm young, I'm probably like 8 years old or something. What I didn't realize at the time was that shit floats. It doesn't go to the bottom of the, lake. And so I turn around and my turd is like floating on the top of the water like this, and it's getting closer to my sister. Now her back is turned to me, so she doesn't see it. She doesn't see this turd like floating towards her. But I know if she turns around, that turd hits her, she's going to scream bloody murder, and I'm going to be in deep trouble.
It's like the scene from Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Duty.
It's going to be really bad. So this thing is just like floating along the water towards her. And I, we got to take the banner off for a second. I like jump out of the water, double hand scoop, smash this thing down into the bottom of the lake, smash it to the ground, and then take my foot and start stomping it into the bottom of the lake.
Barefoot.
And it's kind of like squishing up through my toes and stuff.
Oh.
But it didn't touch my sister. All was good, and kind of went from there. But
Maybe
yeah,
it was
that's
baby
my.
rules.
What's that?
Maybe it was a Baby Ruth.
I don't think it was because I'm pretty sure it's the thing that just came out of me, and that was not a Baby Ruth. So, yeah. But there you go. That's the Lake Waffle Stomp story.
Watch this on replay, folks, with the closed caption on, so you can see all the things that you said.
My sister never knew that it happened, and since she doesn't watch my content, you know, she'll never know. All she knew was that I splashed next to her, and she yelled at me about that. So don't anybody clip this and send it to her, because then I'll never hear the end of it.
Where does she live?
She lives in Missouri. All right.
You know what else happens near natural bodies of water, Curtis?
What's that? Nice callback, Jesse. Nice callback. All right. Well, Paul, I know it got a little weird there at the end, but thank you for joining us. It was a lot of fun. Have fun at Retro. Can't wait to see you at Legion's Con. And yeah, keep up the great work with the painting, because you're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
This has been fun. It's one of the things that I didn't know I wanted to do until like November, right around Legion's Con time.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome, man. Well, we'll definitely have you back in the future. This was a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and put you backstage. If you've got to run, we totally understand. If not, hang out. We'll be right back with you as soon as we close out the show.
Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
There you go, Jesse. We got another one in the books.
Yes, we do.
Another one smashed to the bottom of the lake and in the books.
No, we're not. No, that's Paul. He doesn't mean that.
Until we waffle stomp the next one. But next week we got another fun show. We actually got two guests with us. It says in the song, bring a friend or two. Next week we got two folks with it. You want to tell us who we got there, Jesse?
No.
Okay. Never mind, folks. Forget
I'd love to tell you. Next week we've got David Williams and Thomas Belay joining us right here on Shooting the Shelf. Next Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I guess we're on daylight saving. So yeah, EDST.
Sure.
I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about going to Arizona, folks. We're going to bring Arizona to you. There you go. So coming to you next week, the Arizona boys live.
And I want to apologize to the guys. I didn't do all the shading I normally do because I had to get their, at least allude to their tattoos, and that took up a lot of time. Even though I just kind of scribbled colors, but you know, I had to get that in there, so I didn't get the shadows on them as much as I normally would. But
I think it looks pretty damn good, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And like, this is an actual picture of they were in the same picture together. I stole it off their Facebook page somewhere.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was looking for one, and I was like, oh, there's two in one shot here. I just like moved them closer together.
Brian says, yay, Arizona without the heat.
I don't know. I mean, these guys are going to be bringing whatever fire they've got. So
That's true. That's true.
I mean, maybe not thermonuclear heat in your actual presence. All right.
Well, we did have a request at the beginning of the show to play the intro again, and I know that person is long since gone, but we're going to do it anyways because I said we would, and I'm a man of my word.
They can just watch when we need to play the outro.
We're going to do the intro. We're going to do it.
He can watch the intro whenever he wants.
We're going to do the intro.
No.
And until next time.
What's on your shelf?